Hi you two. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit of RE. First of all though, I hope that you're all okay. I hope you're all having fun as well as doing some of the work that you've been given to do and enjoying the sunshine. It'd be lovely to hear about some of the lovely things that you are getting up to, and hope you take care. However, it's a special time of year. We've been looking at the Easter story, and as part of the Easter story, we've got one of our special days coming up. We've had Lent. If you remember, we made our Lenten promises, and coming up, not this weekend, next week, because this is a week 2 thing, it's going to be Palm Sunday. So we're today going to learn the story all about Palm Sunday. And although we have lots of lovely chocolate and cakes and hot crust buns at Easter, it's actually all about Jesus. Who can remember what happened to Jesus at Easter? That's right, he died on the cross. But in the run up to Easter, we think about stories about what he did before that. So I'm going to tell you this story. So a long time ago, there was a man called Jesus, and he travelled to a special place called Jerusalem. Jesus was famous for telling people to love one another and healing people who had been unwell. Lots of people loved him, and they believed that he was the Son of God, because if you remember, Jesus was born to Mary and Joseph, but when we looked at the Christmas story, we know that he was also the Son of God. But there were lots of people who didn't believe in him, and they tried to find ways to get rid of him. Not very nice, is it? Jesus had come to Jerusalem with his loyal followers, which we also call the disciples, and there were 12 of them. And they were celebrating a Jewish festival, because Jesus was actually a Jew, called Passover, which is a special time when Jews remember a story from the Bible called when the Jews escaped from Egypt. If you remember the story of Moses, and all the naughty people were killed by God who were being horrible to the Jews because they were being kept as slaves, and all the slaves hid away in their houses, and they put a cross on their door, and they were saved, but all the people who were being horrible to the Jews were not. And so it's a big festival. They celebrate it in the Jewish calendar now, and they celebrated it way back in the times of Jesus. Crowds had gathered because they'd heard Jesus was coming. Jesus rode to Jerusalem on a donkey. He was a big celebrity, a bit like Love Island or The Only Way is Essex. All these people are big celebrities, aren't they? But if they arrive somewhere, they get to arrive on a red carpet, and they might have a posh car. Jesus was no celebrity really. He was very famous, but he didn't behave like celebrities, and he arrived on a donkey. People waved palm leaves because that's what they could get around. They had a lot of palm trees in Israel, which is the country where Jerusalem is, and they laid them in his path. They shouted and sang, "Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is the King of Israel." He was such a celebrity. He was like a king. The day arrived. The day that Jesus arrived in Jerusalem is known as Palm Sunday. So that is what we remember these days. It is the Sunday before Easter. So, what do we know about Palm Sunday? It's only a short story, isn't it? The day when Jesus arrived in Jerusalem is Palm Sunday. People waved palm leaves and laid them in Jesus' path. So they were like, yay! With the palm leaves, and then they laid them down in front of him. Palm Sunday is the start of Holy Week, which is the special word for the week before Easter. And often on Palm Sunday, churches give people a cross made from a single palm leaf, which is like this. Okay, this is actually made out of palm leaf. It's all one thing and it's all been folded up to make a cross. Okay. Many churches have a procession in and around the church while people sing songs of praise and wave palm leaves. So that's really good fun, and it helps people to imagine what it was like for Jesus and for the people in Jerusalem. So there's a lot of remembering. And here is a lovely picture of some palm leaves. So this is what palm leaves look like. Okay. So we can remember Palm Sunday by doing something a bit fun. I've got an activity that you could do with your grown-ups. So I've got some paper. I couldn't find any green, so mine's a bit of a yellowy colour, but you can always get a green felt tip pen or a crayon and you can colour it in green. But can you see what I've done? I have drawn around, actually it's around my Harry's hand. Okay, it's a bit smaller. And my piece of paper is folded in half. So you can get a grown-up to help you fold that. And then just draw around it, draw around your hand. And then you're going to cut it out. So, cut, cut, cut. Cut, 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 cut. So that you've got at least, I'd say get 2 pieces of paper, because then you can have at least 4. Okay? So, once you've cut out your hands, which I'm trying to do really, really quickly so that I can show you, you are going to make your very own palm leaf to wave. Nearly done. There we go. Super, super quick. Okay, so now I've just folded 1 piece and got 2 pieces. Okay, because I've got some already made. So here we go. So you've got 2 pieces now. If you take some straws, I've got some green straws that are left over from before we weren't allowed to use plastic straws anymore. I know we use paper straws now, don't we? So you might have some of those left over from when you've gone out and about. So I'm going to stick my 2 straws together to make it a bit stronger. And then I am going to stick my hands on. I'm going to stick my hands on to my straw. So once you've started sticking them on, so here we go, that's 2. It looks a bit like a bird look. If you keep sticking them on, and keep sticking them on and keep sticking them on until you've got all of them into a big fan, it looks a bit like a palm leaf. So now what you can do is you can pretend that you've got a palm leaf. So here's a task for you. You could just have it as a nice fan, keep cool on these warm days, or you could also make some puppets of Jesus and a donkey and some people, and then you can act out the story. So you can have your Jesus puppet riding on the back of a donkey puppet, and then you could sing, Hosanna, Hosanna, the King of Israel is here. You could do it with your dolls. You could do it with your toys. But it'll all be really good to remember the real reason of Easter. So next week I am going to tell you the story of Easter, and I really look forward to seeing some of your palm leaves and some of your puppets. Maybe you could make a little video of yourselves and let school see the videos of your little Palm Sunday plays. Lovely to see you all. Take care, and I'll speak to you again really soon. Bye now.